Well, as absolutely no one was surprised to see this morning, Keir Starmer's Labour absolutely fucked it in yesterday's local elections. I mean, really, properly fucked it. The last time I looked, the party had lost 204 councils? 204. And to make matters worse, frog-faced fucknut Nigel Farage's proto-fascist vehicle for self-advancement, Reform UK, has so far gained 311. 311. Wow. Who would have thought that Labour, cosplaying nationalist immigrant bashing bastards, would usher in a wave of authentic immigrant bashing nationalist bastards? Oh, yeah. Absolutely fucking everyone. You only have to look at, well, I don't know, everywhere in the entire world to see how dressing yourself up in the clothes of the opposition not only utterly fails every single time, but invariably strengthens the opposition. Even more vomit-inducing is that this is a mistake that the right absolutely never makes. Only the left, or at least when it's been taken over by technocratic careerists with no political, moral philosophy whatsoever. People like Keir Starmer, who time and again has proven to have no ideals or beliefs beyond promoting himself. Just like Nigel fucking Farage. No wonder that pair of wankers hate each other. There's only room for one virulently self-serving, egotistical cocksock in Westminster. Anyway, incredibly, Starmer has apparently, magnanimously, assumed responsibility for these catastrophic losses, which I have to say is pretty surprising from a flimsy excuse of a man who's repeatedly shown himself to be pathologically opposed to ever taking responsibility at all. In fact, he much prefers to throw his colleagues under the bus. I mean, what are underlings for if not for taking the fall? Anyway, this time, he didn't have much choice. Although I wouldn't be surprised if later on in the day, Starmer announced that he'd be taking responsibility by removing the whip from everyone else in the Labour Party. Still, Starmer being Starmer, he has of course vowed to stay on and fight as PM, even though nobody, whether they're on the left or the right, wants him to. He's like a stubborn shit stain that refuses to be scrubbed off the toilet bowl on the day that your love interest is coming to dinner at your house for the very first time. Luckily, a Starmer vow is worth about as much as a fucking Chimpson's NFT. There isn't a promise that Keir Starmer is not willing to break, no pledge he won't bin, not a single word he won't go back on. In fact, Keir Starmer's word is like a character in a horror movie who's just been run over, and Starmer, the psychotically emotionless driver who just can't stop reversing over its bloody corpse. So, here we are. Not where we expected to be when Labour were sworn in on July the 5th, 2024, but exactly where we expected to be 5 minutes later when it became obvious to everyone that Keir Starmer was a lying, two-faced fucking con man for whom Labour was just a means to an end, even if the end he meant was of everything that Labour ever stood for. Well, it's Starmer's end in sight now, the monstrous rogue droid. Whatever he might say at the moment, his position is untenable. So let's just hope that his removal is sooner rather than later, so that what happened in these elections isn't repeated in the general. What a fucking travesty.